Making hunter heels on the end of concave bar stock is a different skill to making most heels. We're dealing with a piece of bar that has a fullering that runs right through the end. So the first thing we're going to have to do is to fold the outside corner to center. When we fold it to center, we want to get the corner to be about the same angle as the opposite side concave. Once we've folded it to center, we have to forge the two corners to the center of the bar stock to the shape of the heel. Once they're shaped to a point, we put a slope on the end of the heel to match the toe angle. Once we've forged the heel, then we can rasp it up. On 20 by 10, that's pretty simple. When we start doing it on 22 by 10, it's just a little bit more difficult because the end of the heel can be a little bit wide to fit the heel of the foot. So what I typically do, I make the shoe a little tapered for the last 30 millimeters, and I'll just taper up the edge, sweeten up the end of the branch. And then I'll go about making the heel the same way. So I sweeten it up from 0 at 30 mil, making it 2 millimeters narrower at the end. So that makes it the same as the 20 mil stock. Then we go about the heel, fold it outside corner to center, point it up, and then put the slope on it. The first thing we do, we fold the corner to center. So now what we've done, we've basically got a symmetrical angle here and here. Now we forge the corners to the center, thinking of the shape of the heel that we're shoeing. As I fold those to center, I put the slope on the end of the heel, clean it back up to center. When we finished, what I want is the heel in the center of the bar stock. I start on one side and I follow the angle of where I've laid it over. And I rasp bend towards center, going right around the center, keeping the angle about the same, right up to the inside concave. So we've got a nice continuous line coming into the heel, around the end, and back up the outside. The heel's about the same angle as the toe. The only difference with the inside is from about 4 centimeters back, we're going to start folding this corner to center at the end and letting it be safed back to about the widest point. Forge it to center, forge it to center. I look at it from the back, I want to be able to see the shape of the heel now. Once I can see the shape of the heel, then I'll forge it slope, forge it back together, forge it back together. I start at the heel when I start safing, fold the heel in and come back, lightening up as I come back, so we have less and less safing. And we can see now on this one, the safing comes back to about here, at this area, where on the outside heel, it's only folded back to here. You can see the safing here. And with a 22 by 10, the first thing I'll do on the outside and inside branch is just taper up the inside edge of the concave. Just bringing it down to 20 mil on the end. Now I'll fold over the outside corner the same to get the concave symmetrical. So I've got the outside and the inside of the concave about symmetrical. Now I'll put on tapered heel, forging it to center. Bring it back to normal. I'll start back here where I've started to fold it in, and I keep that angle going right round to the center of the heel. Start on the concave on the inside and do the same thing, come to the outside edge. The first thing is I'll just tighten up and taper the inside edge. Now I'll fold the outside edge, the center, coming back and safing it back to the quarters. You see that? I've safed it back to the quarters. Now take it to center. Take it to center. I hit into it, so that really flattens the bearing surface. I keep rasping from the safing, and I start rasping at the same angle round to the center of the heel. You can see there's not much work to it. Start with the concave, follow the edge of the angle of the concave, and follow that round the center. The safing starts at about the quarters. It starts at the quarters and keeps safing more and more and more until it gets to the center of the heel. When you start making concave, it's worth taking some offcuts and start forging the heels before you're making the whole shoe. Once you can make good heels, concave shoes are very easy. It's the difficulty of these shoes is the heels. I'm going to make a front hunter shoe now with hunter heels, sloping heels. I've marked it a 1/16 of an inch off center, or just over a 1/16 of an inch off center. And I'm going to make it in my normal method at my normal speed. So I'm not going to slow down. I want to just make it normal method, normal speed. Forge my heel to center. And my toe. Now you don't have to hit concave very hard. Lots of lighter blows will give it a better flow. A nice toe bend in it. Bend your branch. Again, lots of low overlapping blows will give you a nice flowing shape rather than trying to beat it around. The nail holes will be to suit the judge. It could be 3 on the outside branch, it could be 4. Not much pitch at the heel, but as you go to the toe, add a little bit more pitch as you go to the toe. Straight to the vise. Nice surface on it. Fold the corner over and bring it back to the safing at the quarters. Forge the heel to center. Forge the heel to center. And the branch, lots of overlapping blows. I think that's one of the things that's important with this type of shoe. Start with the outside where the safing is. Follow the angle of the safing to the center of the heel. And then follow it back to the angle of the concave. Now the shoe's ready for clipping. When I bob punch, it's important not just to know what you're doing. It's not just banging a punch into the shoe. I put it into the fullering. I'm aiming it for the bottom outside corner. And so when I drive this punch in, I'll start it, but then I'll drive it towards that corner, and that'll push the material out. I'll punch in, start it, and aim it for the outside corner. Unlike a cross peen clip, we've only displaced the metal, we haven't bent it back. So the first part of making a bob punch clip is to move the material back. I put the shoe up, where the edge of the shoe is in line with the anvil, and the bump punch part is sticking forward. And I'll push that down. So now if we take this shoe and look at it from the back, the mark that we left with is almost identical to what we would have if we used a cross peen. And I try to draw a clip that doesn't need any filing. Set the clip, set the outside edge of the shoe, level behind the clip. I'm going to do our final leveling now. Final white brush, final leveling. This back punch nail hole just to clean the corners. Yep, my concave 4 fits in there nicely. And then we've got our hunter shoe.